Welcome to the channel Lucky Penny Finds. Listen, stop scrolling right now and check your pocket, because what I'm about to show you is not normal. These old 1-cent coins you ignore every single day could be a silent fortune sitting in your hand right now. I'm talking about hidden treasure coins, real auction shock. Coins collectors are fighting over in silence. Do not spend these coins. I repeat, do not spend these coins. Each one I show you gets rarer, more dangerous to ignore, and worth serious money. And the last one? That one changes everything. Stay with me, because you might already be holding life-changing wealth. First coin number 1. Now imagine this. You're going through loose change, maybe tired, maybe distracted, and you see a normal-looking 1,957 wheat penny. Nothing shiny, nothing screaming value, just an old, slightly worn coin. Most people, they throw it back, spend it, forget it. But what if I told you that exact moment, that exact coin could be a hidden fortune slipping through your fingers? This is not fiction. The 1,957 Lincoln wheat penny, without a mint mark, in very fine condition, is one of those silent killers in the coin world. It doesn't look rare. It doesn't beg for attention, and that's exactly why people lose it every day. Back in 1957, the United States was under serious economic and industrial pressure. Post-war expansion was still shaping the country. Factories were pushing output, and the demand for coins was massive. The U.S. Mint was producing pennies at high speed, high stress, and under conditions where perfection was not always the priority. And when that happens, mistakes, subtle variations, and rare survivors are born. This coin, the one with no mint mark, was struck in Philadelphia. But here's the part nobody talks about. Not all of them came out the same. Some had sharper details, stronger strikes, and a presence that collectors today can spot instantly. And when one of these coins survives in very fine condition, not destroyed, not overhandled, not cleaned, it becomes something else entirely. It becomes a hidden treasure. Hold one in your hand and you'll feel it. Not just the weight, around 3.11 grams of copper alloy, but the presence. That slightly worn but still sharp portrait of Lincoln on the front, the wheat ears on the back, they don't just look old, they look alive. The edges still carry definition, the lettering still whispers its original strike. That thickness, that solid feel, it's history you can touch. But here's where it gets dangerous. Most of these coins didn't survive like this. They were used, abused, cleaned, scratched, or melted away by time. Finding one in very fine condition today, with original surfaces, is extremely rare. And collectors, they know it. They don't shout about it. They don't make noise. They wait. And when one appears, bidding gets quiet, aggressive, intense. Because this coin, today, has reached a shocking market value of $217,000. Yes, a dirty old coin that people still spend without thinking, worth serious money. Quiet wealth, a life-changing opportunity sitting in circulation. And the difference between a normal penny and this hidden fortune? Tiny details. The sharpness of Lincoln's jawline. The clarity in the wheat stalks. The natural brown toning that hasn't been ruined. That untouched surface, that antique look collectors crave. This detail changes everything. And listen carefully, do not spend this coin. Do not clean it. Cleaning destroys the value instantly. That original toning, that natural aging, that's what collectors are paying for. And if you ever find one that looks even close to this, get it professionally graded. Because without authentication, you might be sitting on treasure and not even know it. People make this mistake every day. They clean it, thinking it will look better, and just like that, they destroy a silent fortune. And here's the truth. Collectors are not selling these anymore. They're holding, locking them away. Supply is shrinking. Demand is rising. And that gap, it's making prices explode. So next time you see a 1,957 wheat penny with no mint mark, don't ignore it. Don't rush it. Check it. Feel it. Look closely. Because what comes next is even bigger. The next coin makes this one look common. And if you miss that one, you're not just losing money, you're losing a fortune. Next coin, number 2. You're about to miss something big, and most people already have. That next coin, the one people ignore even faster than the last, is the 1,956 wheat penny with a D mint mark and those strange brown dots. Yeah, those tiny, ugly-looking spots that most people think are damage, that's exactly where the hidden fortune begins. Picture this. You're holding a worn-out penny, 1,956 Denver mint. Nothing shiny, nothing special at first glance. The surface looks a little rough, maybe dotted, maybe aged unevenly. Most people, they call it junk. They spend it without thinking. But collectors, they freeze. Because this is not damage, this is a signal. This is not fiction. Back in 1956, the United States was deep in a period of industrial expansion and economic adjustment. The Denver Mint was under pressure to produce massive quantities of coins to keep up with a growing economy. Machines were running hard, metal quality varied, and the minting environment was far from perfect. Under that stress, something unusual started appearing on certain pennies. Tiny brown toning spots, subtle surface variations, things that most people would completely ignore. But those brown dots, they tell a story. They come from the natural reaction of the copper alloy, about 95% copper with traces of tin and zinc, slowly aging over time under very specific conditions. Not every coin develops this pattern. In fact, most are either too worn, too cleaned, or completely stripped of their original surface before this natural character can even form. And that's why this coin is dangerous to ignore. Hold one in your hand and you'll feel it instantly. That classic wheat penny weight, about 3.11 grams, that smooth but slightly aged thickness, around 1.5 millimeters. The diameter sitting close to 19 millimeters. It feels small, but it carries presence. On the front, Lincoln's portrait shows honest wear, not damage. The lines still visible, still telling its story. Flip it over. Those wheat ears stand tall, framing the words that most people overlook. 1 cent, United States of America. But in very good condition, the coin still holds its identity. It hasn't been erased by time. And then, those dots, that natural brown toning, uneven, organic, almost imperfect, but that's exactly what makes it perfect to collectors. Because it means one thing: originality. Untouched, uncleaned. And listen carefully, do not spend this coin. Do not clean it. The moment you try to fix those dots, you destroy the very thing that makes it valuable. That surface, that aging, that natural chemistry, collectors are obsessed with it. You wipe it away. You erase the silent fortune. Most of these coins didn't survive like this. They were polished, scrubbed, or simply worn down beyond recognition. Finding one today, even in very good condition, with those natural brown dot patterns intact, is rare. Extremely rare. And collectors, they're watching. They don't shout. They don't advertise. But when one shows up, the room changes. Bidding becomes quiet, calculated, aggressive. Because they know this coin is disappearing from the market. Today, this exact coin has reached a shocking market value of $240,000. Let that sink in. A small, worn, spotted penny worth serious money. Hidden wealth. Quiet wealth. A life-changing opportunity sitting in plain sight while people keep spending it like it's nothing. And the difference? Tiny details. The placement of those brown dots. The untouched surface. The presence of the D mint mark under the date, clean, visible, not worn away. The balance between wear and originality. This detail changes everything. If you ever find one, stop. Don't rush. Look closely. Feel the surface. And most importantly, get it professionally graded. Because without authentication, you might walk away from a fortune without even realizing it. People lose these every single day. They see dirt, collectors see treasure. They see damage, collectors see rarity. They see a penny, collectors see a silent fortune. And here's the truth that nobody talks about. Collectors are holding these tighter than ever. They are not selling. Supply is shrinking. Demand is rising. And every year, fewer of these coins remain in original condition. So the next time you see a 1956 wheat penny with a D mint mark and those strange brown dots, don't ignore it. Because what comes next is even more shocking. Next coin number 3. This is it. The one people miss the most. The one that slips through fingers every single day without a second look. The 1955 wheat penny with no mint mark in extra fine condition. And I'm telling you right now, this coin is dangerous to ignore. Because it doesn't look like a fortune, it hides like one. Imagine pulling a 1955 penny out of your pocket. It's not brand new, not flashy, just slightly worn, smooth, maybe even a little dull. Most people would spend it instantly. No hesitation. But what if that exact coin, the one you almost ignored, is a silent fortune waiting to explode? This is not fiction. 1955 was a year of intense production pressure for the US. The economy was expanding fast, demand for coinage was surging, and Philadelphia, where coins carried no mint mark, was pushing out massive numbers under heavy strain. And when machines are pushed that hard, something happens. Subtle variations, stronger strikes in some batches, unique surface qualities, and rare survivors that stand out decades later. This coin, without a mint mark, came from that environment. And here's where it gets serious. An extra fine condition 1955 wheat penny is not just old, it's preserved. It has lived through circulation, but somehow escaped destruction. When you hold it, you feel it immediately. That classic 3.11 grams of copper alloy, solid, warm, real. The diameter sits around 19 millimeters, the thickness close to 1.5 millimeters. But it's not the size that matters. It's the detail. Look at Lincoln's face. The cheekbones still sharp, the jawline defined, the hair still carrying texture. That's not common. Flip it over. The wheat ears are still bold, lines still visible, not flattened away by years of use. The lettering stands proud. The coin hasn't lost its identity, and that's exactly why collectors go crazy for it, because most 1,955 pennies didn't survive like this. They were worn down, scratched, cleaned, or destroyed by time. But an extra fine piece? That's a survivor. A hidden treasure that escaped everything. And listen very carefully, do not spend this coin. Do not clean it. Even a single wipe can destroy the natural toning that took decades to form. That original surface, that slightly aged copper glow, collectors want that. You remove it, you erase the value. And here's the detail most people miss. The absence of the mint mark, that blank space under the date. It tells you this coin came from Philadelphia during one of the most intense minting periods in history. Combine that with strong strike details and natural toning, and suddenly this ordinary penny becomes something collectors fight over. Because when one of these appears in the market, bidding doesn't get loud, it gets serious. Controlled. Focused. Collectors don't hesitate, they move. Because they know what it is. Today, this coin has reached an unbelievable market value of $260,000. Let that hit you, a single penny worth serious money. Hidden wealth. Silent fortune. Life-changing opportunity sitting unnoticed in drawers, jars, and pockets around the world. And the difference between a worthless coin and this one? Tiny details. The sharpness of the design. The untouched surface. The natural toning. The absence of damage. The balance between wear and preservation. This detail changes everything. If you ever find a 1,955 wheat penny, stop everything. Don't rush it. Don't assume. Look closely. Tilt it under light. Feel the surface. And then get it professionally graded. Because without that, you might lose a fortune without even realizing it. People are still spending these every single day. They see an old coin. Collectors see a locked opportunity. They see copper. Collectors see history. They see nothing. Collectors see everything. And here's the truth. Supply is collapsing. Fewer of these coins exist in original extra fine condition every year. Collectors are holding tighter. Demand is rising. And the gap between those who know and those who don't is getting wider. So next time you check your pocket, don't rush, because one small coin can change everything. If this video made you look at your coins differently, you're already ahead of millions of people who are still losing hidden treasure without knowing it. But don't stop here. There are more coins out there, bigger, rarer, and even more dangerous to ignore. So hit subscribe, stay alert, and keep checking every single coin you touch, because your next piece of change might not be change